Welcome back, degenerates. Today I'm going to grace your screens with something exceptionally special. This is the Casio MDV102, which in some ways is the predecessor to the Duro, but probably more closely related to the MTD1079. I'm not trying to be the crotchety old bastard that keeps saying things were better back in the day, but I gotta tell you, in this case, things were most certainly better back in the day. Whatever bullshit Casio has been releasing these days is a far cry from what we enjoyed 20 years ago, and the MDV102 is a perfect example of that. This watch is discontinued, and it has been for a long time, but I'm sharing it because it needs to be shared. Do I even need to go into further detail? I'm hoping that simply by first impressions alone, you're able to see how cool this thing is. The design looks like something straight out of a spy movie. It's professional without looking boring, intriguing without being too complicated, and fun without being gimmicky. The 2 o'clock crown has probably already captured your attention, luring you in as you lustfully drool from the mouth. That crown is actually a pusher for the LED backlight. It is only stylistically designed to look like a crown, but rest assured it does not screw in or turn in any capacity. Pushing that button turns on a LED for a few seconds and allows you to witness an exceptionally well-lit dial that beats a lot of watches even by today's standards. On top of that backlight, there is applied lume, and while it isn't that strong right now, keep in mind this is almost a 20-year-old watch. The fact that the lume is still visible and lasting is a testament to how great it was and deserves recognition. The combination of the exceptional backlight and good lume creates a great system of redundancy, and when it comes to dive watches, redundancy is good. And speaking about diving, the bezel is a 120-click unidirectional diving bezel. The edge is easy to grab, and the bezel itself is enclosed by the case effectively, similar to the Tudor Hydronaut, making this less of a fidget spinner for desk divers and more of something designed with an actual purpose. The case itself is solid through and through. The stainless steel construction paired with a screw-down crown and screw-down case back creates a tight package that's ready for work. And while I've learned that weight doesn't correlate with quality, I do find that a little bit of density is a good thing, and that's what this watch has. It's not heavy, but it's dense in a way where you know this is something good. The resin strap is self-explanatory, nothing you haven't already seen. Personally, I think a canvas NATO or Zulu strap draws out this watch's full potential. Technically speaking, this watch isn't going to win any awards, but you have to remember the context of when and where this was available. Back in the day, this was an $80 watch that you'd find at Walmart, so with that in mind, that should help you realize just how incredible this watch is. I'm gonna set a scene here for you. Just imagine the year is 2005. You're an 18-year-old kid, maybe you just started college or just graduated boot camp. Whatever, you just started your life. You've got a minimum wage job and maybe a whopping $100 to your name. It's a Friday night, you just picked up a $5 footlong from Subway, and before you hop back in your Chevy Cavalier, you figure you'll stop by the Kmart next door because why the hell not? You walk by the electronics section to see if there's anything interesting, but Halo 2 is all sold out, and a $300 Sylvania TV is a little too rich for your blood at the moment. So then you start heading back to leave until you come across the watches and you see a row of MDV102s. You're not into watches, but you're into whatever the hell that thing is. And at $80, but actually marked down to $60 because it's the end of the month and Kmart is trying to move their inventory, it's a done deal. That, my friends, was how it used to be back in the day, and it was awesome. Maybe I've just become an old grumpy bastard, but all I know is that when I go out shopping these days, that sense of excitement, seeing legitimately cool things at regular stores, is no longer there for me. Long story short, what I'm trying to say is the MDV102 was such an incredibly cool watch and represented a very special era of Casio, where they offered a perfect mixture of value, quality in materials, and some of that special sauce. Unfortunately, the 102 isn't as readily available. You can still find them, but most are beat to shit, and if you do find one in good condition, they're averaging $200 or more. I bought mine on an eBay auction. I ended up winning at $189, which was acceptable for me. I understand that it probably wasn't the best financial decision, and I don't care. The bottom line is that I think this is a must-have for any Casio collector. The fact that out of all the watches I have, this one gets the most attention from strangers is saying something. That kind of unprompted, organic attention that isn't motivated by hype is rare and undeniably makes the MDV102 a standout watch. And that's about all I have to say on the matter. Stay classy. I sure as hell won't.